Hi everybody, I just wanted to give just a bit of a quick overview on this Asko washing machine that I'm currently using as my daily driver. It was got by my friend Elliot, Shakira Lover Forever on YouTube. He managed to get it for free actually, which was really good because it was in really good condition apart from a few minor blemishes and cracks and wear and tear. The machine itself is actually in pretty good nick. It's had a replacement powder drawer at some stage for whatever reason, because this is actually from the base model on this series. This is the top of the line model. It's got the base model's powder drawer in it, which initially confused Elliot, Shakira Loves Forever, because he thought that maybe it only goes up as high as 1000 RPM. But I was looking at it thinking, I'm sure these machines went faster. I'm sure they had a faster spin than 1000, which, lo and behold, when he got it home and started playing with the spin speed settings, he found that you can get a spin up to 1500 RPM, which was quite exciting, considering he thought it was only going to get 1000 RPM out of it. Look, it's got what I would call a modesty door. So, you know, it's hidden behind a little drop-down door, the actual washing drum and unit. Ever since I've put this in the laundry, my partner and my partner's brother who lives with us has thought maybe it's another dishwasher that I've put in the laundry, but nope, it is a washing machine. I quite like this setup. I must admit I really like this whole Asko system of mounting the drum separately away from the cabinet and having it separately suspended so that, you know, that part of the machine vibrates while the outside cabinet stays relatively steady. Pretty good. Haven't really used many Askos in my time at all, so all new to me. You know, the door itself is quite skinny. There's not much of a gasket. There's just this slight rubber here, which is slightly larger at the bottom, just to stop it from leaking. Drum is nice. It doesn't hold a hell of a lot of washing. I think it's about 4.5–5 kilos, but it does all right for the two of us that I wash for, and you know, for my brother-in-law on his own, it certainly works. But he hasn't used it yet because it's a bit too technical. So, now, you know, upon first glance it does look quite technical, but it's actually quite simple. It's actually only got 4 wash cycles. But it's 4 wash cycles that form the base wash cycles that you can then adapt. So that it's completely adaptable, completely flexible. It's flexible with temperature, spin speed, water level, how many rinses it does, whether you want a deep rinse or a shallow rinse. It's completely flexible. It'll let you do whatever. So, you know, initially you start off here and you turn it on so that everything lights up. It'll initially give you the 00 on the time slot, just to let you know that the previous cycle has finished. If you turn that off during a wash, I believe that when you turn it back on, it will just carry on wherever you manage to switch it off. So yeah, kind of protecting itself there, and you know, protecting you if you've accidentally switched it off, or if a child has come along and switched it off, just playing with switches. Something I would have done when I was a kid, I think. It's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, from here backwards is the wash cycles. From there onwards, it's all rinsing and spinning. So yeah. So basically, if you push any of these buttons, that gives you the rinse or the spin. So if you want to just do 3 rinses with a fast spin, or with a long spin, sorry, then you can. If you want to do 4 rinses, 3 rinses, 2 rinses, if you just want to do the fabric conditioner rinse and a long spin, you can do. If you want to do I'll explain those later. But yeah, basically, you pre-wash, that's your longest wash, obviously, because it incorporates pre-wash. This is what they describe as long main wash, short main wash, and then a separate cycle for woolens, knits, and delicates, which is a locked cycle. So what that means is that this cycle, you can't, if you do press that button, you can't increase this any higher than 900, and you can't go any higher than 40 degrees, and these options are automatically selected. And it also shortens off the cycle, so you'll notice that these 3 lights have now gone out, because it actually doesn't do that part of the program, because it doesn't do a long spin, and it cuts down the amount of rinsing, so it just does 3 rinses and a short spin. So let's talk about how you can adapt these cycles. I'm just going to shut this up a minute so I can get that tiny bit closer. So let's say, I mean, my go-to cycle is generally the long main wash, because I don't mind waiting, but it's actually not that long, really. So what I generally use is the long main wash at whatever temperature I want. I generally use a 1500 RPM spin, because it's just so good at getting water out, and it is winter here in Australia at the moment, so we are using the dryer more. It automatically selects this option, which is high water level rinsing. Yeah, so high rinses, because I've always got that option selected. It was selected on the previous wash, so it stays selected until you deselect it every time you turn the machine back on. These buttons are a little bit beaten up, because obviously they're the ones that get the heaviest use, but basically, you shut that up. This is quite loud, but it's a door release. Start, stop, fairly self-explanatory, sorry. Now these options you would struggle with if you didn't have a user manual. We managed to figure it out pretty effectively without using the manual, but we did refer to the manual for a couple of them. So basically this top left option is what is known in gentle action. Gentle action and increased water during the wash. So you can use that just as it is. So, select that, and basically it cuts everything down. So it turns your spin down to 900, and it turns it down so that you're still getting a long main wash, but it only does a short spin. So it basically turns the cycle into a gentle cycle. What you can do though is you can use this button to increase the water level of the wash, because when you select that, it will automatically fill the machine to the highest level so that you're washing in a more delicate manner. But if you, say, are washing a huge load of towels or a huge load of bedding or whatever, and you want more water, you can actually press and hold that for 3 seconds after the wash has commenced. So after you've selected your normal wash without that option selected, press and hold that for 3 seconds, and the water level will start to rise, and it will change these settings. If you want to stop the water level from getting any higher, then you basically push it again for 3 seconds, and it will revert completely back to normal, what you had it set on before. Quite innovative and very flexible. This option turns your spin down, so it gives you a short spin, basically. Or it eliminates a spin. Well, basically, when I've pressed that, it's taken away the interim spin, but it's carried on past here, so I don't know quite what it does, whether it just takes away that interim spin and turns down the speed of the final spin. I don't know. But that's still kept a long final spin, so interesting. That's obviously spin cancel, so it'll cancel any of the spins in the cycle and hold the rinse water, the final rinse water. That one I've already explained, it's high rinse levels. E is economy. Not quite sure what that does, to be honest with you. It adds on a bit of time, and yeah, I think it just adds on a bit of time so that you can use lower temperatures and still get the same wash results. Whether or not it lets you, see, it still lets you select any cycle up to 95, so 2 hours and 10 minutes, so I don't know whether it automatically dumbs down the cycle temperature just to stop it from getting too, just to be more eco-friendly, or what, but it suggests in the manual that you can get more eco-friendly performance using 40 as opposed to 50, 50 as opposed to 60, etc, etc. That's obviously half load, which annihilates half of the rinses. So it does 3 rinses as opposed to 5. So it's, if you want to save water on your rinses, you can actually turn that to half load. It'll still let you do a high level, a high rinse level, but it'll just cut out the number of rinses, still keeping your long spin. You know, the only thing it does do is it eliminates your interim spin, because it only does 1 interim spin. So basically that's it. That's the 1 interim spin in the middle of the rinsing, and then the final spin. So it's quite literal. That interim spin is 900 RPM and it's about a minute long, I believe, or maybe 30 seconds, somewhere around there. It's not very long anyway. Drawer is fairly standard. This comes out, this just lifts out easily for cleaning and emptying any excess water. Yeah, that's about it really. I will be running a wash through this for you, not today because I've just happened to finish all my washing, but one day I will run a video of this, and yeah, you'll get to see how it runs, and I'll show you, I'll demonstrate all these in that video as well. So yeah, cool. Alright, well thank you for watching, and I will upload another video of this running later in the month. Alright, thanks guys, bye.